the water. He was accredited by composing the Shepherd's Crook. Well, whether that's true is another matter, but every stream that you go to has a different kind of waterbed, so the sound, the tone of the water is different. And I have to say that Ella has reproduced the sound of the River Levant in a remarkable way. So I think we should give her a second applause. Now I'm going to introduce Jeannie Robertson, who received the OBE for her services to Scottish music. And she looked on these songs as like the crown jewels that are very important to be preserved. And very fortunately, the School of Scottish Studies from the University of Edinburgh discovered her talent. And this talent was remarkable. Her daughter Lizzie was a fine singer and taught me some of the ballads. and I'm very grateful to have been involved with them. She had a Cayley house where some of the records that you see here, the performers, they visited there, including Kenneth McKellar when he was a student at the University of Aberdeen. But there's a book about Jeannie on the table, and of course the culture of Aberdeen is showcased in another book I've got there to show you, called Tenements and Sentiments, that I was part and parcel of compiling. And the main thing was that it's a tenement culture in answer to the culture of the tenements in Glasgow. And we've got, I compiled with Stanley Robertson and my relations up in Scotland, a dictionary of the Doric language which goes in that book. So that's part of folklore, and that's part of the things that are important to pass down in generations. So listen to Jeannie now, please. The man you don't meet every day.
For my name is Jock Stewart, I'm a canny gunman, but a roving young fellow I have been. So easy and free when you're drinking with me. I'm a man used on to meet every day. Come fill up your glasses of brandy and wine, whatever it costs I will pay. So busy and free when you're drinking with me. I'm a man used on to meet every day. I have acres of land, I have men at command, I have always a shilling to spare. So busy and free when you're drinking with me. I'm a man used on to meet every day. For I took out my gun and my dog I did shot all down by the river Clare. So busy and free when you're drinking with me. I'm a man used on to meet every day. Come fill up your glasses of brandy and wine, whatever it costs I will pay. So busy and free when you're drinking with me. I'm a man used on to meet every day.
Now, Ella is going to play a tune she composed when she was 15 years of age, influenced by a melody I wrote during a time I was sitting by the River Levant near Westdean Gardens, listening to the tone of the running water. It's called Anne's Song in memory of my West Sussex wife. This poem is about Westdean and Ditchling Beacon. South Downs views, minus traffic queues, my space in which to breathe. Oh, here to never leave. All that I ever wanted was present here today. The sky was with surreal light infused, not a hint of grey. I satiate you still with rose petals, poppies, and miniature marguerite. Here at the dew pond of now silent tears, where we once joyful used to meet. For you those pale blue harebells toll, as they noddingly do for a dear departed soul. No more need for any of poesy's audible words. Time to imagine the dawn song of wild birds. Wistfully they sing so, for this is their earthly chorus. For I remember fine they never did ignore us. Now I am running wild along with the wind, away from the large towns, away from those townsfolk with their deep-edged frowns, outrunning the marsh hare, flinging aside descriptive nouns. Now halt! This place speaks for only itself. The West Sussex Downs. This poem is called Lavantera, based on a mural by Richard Wincop. Beside these meandering winter-born waters are a baptism giver. High in the clear blue sky, God the Father adoringly is looking down, for on his face this day there is no frown. A biplane just happens to be flying by, and for the peregrine falcon, Chichester Cathedral spire is a refuge ever nigh. A rustic shepherd standing on the opposite riverbank is an eyewitness to a perfectly possible scene of such simplesse. This poem is about Anne and Westdean gardeners. In praise of the supernatural winterborn. This is Whitethorn's shadow. In praise of the supernatural winterborn, there is a musical harmony with gentle sound of rain. For here cometh that sensual sound of green once again. The green clouds are scudding, mirrored in the stream of flooding. The lone heron suddenly espied, simply fishing for sticklebacks. Just an example of nature's oh so necessary attacks. Amid the South Downs hangers, a rare presence to be seen. Surely is part of the surrealism of Parkland Westdean. For way up in the skylight heights, there's even more delight. These poems are about Anne and Westdean gardeners. Whitethorn Shadow. emerge, an orchestral landscape. Undulating are these hills of harmony whose deep green hangers form a pastoral symphony. The crotchets are the south-down breezes. They arrive with the quavers, who are their constant lover. So listen now to nature's only grass requiem that merges meaningfully with every one of them. At the finish of sunrise, summer, birdsong, and alone with southdown dewdrops, simply say, Amen. These expressive crotchets and quavers only exist to enter and exit a magic picture frame. Yet whilst therein immured, do not forget to winsome whisper their composer's name. They also favour a landscape artist that takes up a wide-angled paintbrush. There'll be no Alfine lost chord in the aftermath of gloaming hush. This poem is called The Calm of Weeping Willow. I watch the weeping willow fronds moving for me now like magic wands. A cacophony of crows discussing who knows. The moorhen with her light brown brood enters stage left, thus enhancing the mood. Travels against the Lavand's current upstream to the orchard where we used to sit and daydream. The water ripples, but the rounded West Sussex pebbles remain. It is not possible that I would ever forget your ring-bared name. Flaming June. Here I am again, finding myself in flaming June. Long grasses beckoning me to come hither soon. Wade in the swathe of marguerites that they cocoon. Here I am again, finding myself in flaming June. Elderflower clustering, mustering, nature's harmonious sound of green, her gestation womb. Soothing to the mind, shade is a daily veritable boon, even more so if it be under the pallid light of the moon. This poem is called To Where Columbines Cannot Entwine. Where columbines no longer entwine, and surreal signposts no longer sign, there is a gentle breeze that puts nature at ease o'er the river across the leas. You walked through the valley and climbed the hill where you had been was death's cold windowsill. Wanting also to be strong, I sing the bonny Annie song, so nothing will seem to turn out wrong. We were such a loving double act that life and death dare not retract. In the garden of my heart, you are a perennial part, so even for me, eternity will surreal sign. Now that you're gone, the dove coos on and on. Cypress sad, weeping willow, green grass is my pillow. Now that I'm gone, though gone am I, Father Time must all meadows mow. Buttercup fields flit to and fro, thus may I stay in your heart of hearts, where no loved one ever departs. Now that you are gone, now that you are gone. Now, these next poems are all about Grace and our love of Cornwall. The gardener found. This is called I'm as beautiful to you. I am as beautiful to you as any elusive melody of a courageous clef that sets out to explore the endless territory of a life after death. I am as beautiful with you as the reflection of my face wherever you are passing through our former favourite place. Being alone now, the atmosphere will never be quite the same. At least I know that it is not me to blame. I am as beautiful to you as a seaside rock pool that you will find is most inaccessible as a rule, yet brimming over with tidal love, reflections of all scurrying clouds above, sea anemones on mottled rock, rejoicing that the waves have come, sheltered by this wind-rippled water from those harsh rays of the sun. This other poem is called Horse Kidney Sands. I am named Grace, the goddess of the golden sands that returned to you from other lands. I was beautiful to you as you were to me, so true. I am the goddess of the mysterious moonlit wave, my faint footprints in sand that nobody can save. I am the goddess of beach rivulets and the cowrie shell, and grant your wish at the sacred cliffside St. Uni well. I am the goddess of sea pink and bay thrift. The heart's tongue fern is my green gift. Remember me here in the shimmering and glimmering artist's polar light. In your mind I never will be banished to everlasting night. I am the goddess of the rock pool, the incoming tide, a force to be reckoned with when waves tide lip collide. I am the goddess of the spacious sands and all about wavelengths, other perceptive bands. I'm the last grain of sand in the hourglass. From you, momentarily, I now must pass. This next poem is called On the Way to the High Country, and it's in memory of my parents, Gerald and Patricia Cluer, who so loved Penwith and that part of Cornwall. Stone Age farmers' field boundaries of granite sculptural edge locate for me the Phoenician tinner's track of sighing sedge amid Amel Vere's misty lanes that meander without distress. A byway of poetic inspiration lies open yet to bygone earliness. Cuckoo calling here is an enduring memory of the month of May. Grasshoppers amid last year's sun-bleached downs now have their say. In a wilderness of wordsmith inspiration exist those kinetic consonants. This is the place of purple road of heatherling between St. Ives and Penzance. Penwith's rocky peninsula, fringed by canary yellow gorse, gurgling spring well pipe tune, finding their more musical source. Now could I step over this biblical enlightened threshold of BC AD time? Rosewall hills, stern lichened rock faces, have commanded me to climb, where passive shadows race so much faster than any poetic scheme or rhyme. To Ednac Church Sunday's simple inscription is there to find. Humbly have I been lent a moorland cloak of such a comforting kind. Am I now in tune with Thomas Hardy's Linnaean wavelengths of his poetic perceptive mind? This poem is about Cornwall and Aberdeen. It's called The Power and the Glory of Granite. Now I know the power and glory of granite, tactile with an inner strength that can sustain with an age-old remit. Glory, power and drama that certainly will change airily by the hour. So come Cornish sunshine of brightest light or Highland rain shower, oh show me now the glint within the granite city of mica sublime, or the lizard cliffs famous for polished serpentine. Project me from the sainted county to Drona O'Groats by Leyline. Bex and Ella performing other variations of music. I'm proud to be showcasing my original poetry. Books of my poetry are here tonight if you like to take them away with you. We are welcoming donations for the Joanna Wildlife Hospital, and we hope that you will enjoy this show. This poem is about my wife, Grace. It is entitled The Blue Butterfly of the Night, and the music you will hear is by George Enescu, who was a Romanian composer. It actually inspired Ella, who is here tonight with us, who will be playing the piano later. Butterfly of the night, moonbeams, no dreams. Alone here I am inspired to write in my life's autumnal night, so full of tender thoughts for you, recalling with gladness all that we used to do. By chance today I heard the tune we once called ours. Now, throughout these long bereavement hours, when comes to me such numbing pain for the loss of one that I cannot hold again, so I say aloud my words of beauty upon this silent midnight hour, for you will hear them all in some distant sunlit woodland bower. My poetry, as fine as gossamer, may be the blue butterfly will alight there now for me upon the bluebell flowers of the wedding spray that you took with you to eternity. This poem is also about grace. God, love and death gently take away our breath, and it does not greatly me surprise that our love and death do not tell lies. The part of you that died with me helps us both to float above serenity. Thank you for the part of you that loves only me. Olden time of holding hands, holding thee, then suddenly I am gone. For this departure had to be, for believe you me, I can still touch your soul, so expressively. The Four Seasons. Four Seas. Dunwich in Suffolk. All Saints, the once famous Suffolk church tower, a tottering shadow, his former staunch self, once perched on a precarious cliff edge. Its reflection no longer seen on the sand below, with such finality, it slid from that so well-renowned cliff edge. The tolling bell heard sometimes beneath those North Sea rolling waves inspires my in memoriam words. It is as if nothing ever saves. The last human bones protruding from that receded churchyard, a grey ghost's plea for an everlasting peace, was so cruelly barred. There is something about the spirit of place that hovers, malingering, mysterious, in the sea mist air. So many poignant folklore stories concerning the men of Dunwich shipbuilders persist, along with many an older despair. Westleton and Walberswick are places that remain inland with swathes of marsh and wilderness of heath. But Dunwich was the vanished town of Atlantis North Sea, successfully knocked out all of its front teeth. The constant sifting sound here of ever mobile shining shingle nerves are sensitive to this sight. Ongoing erosion might well tingle. Benjamin Britten's Sea Interludes, Crabbe's tragic story of Billy Budd includes. Hopefully, heaven may be a better depicted place than the nearby Wenhaston Doom. Remember that Blythburgh's aloft angels were not conceived in any mortal womb. Find pleasure catching sight of many remaining distant Flinton towers, coupled with the purple heatherling of those high summer hours, the delicate white tracery of silver birch and pastel green flowering leaf, just by hearing the buzz of happy bumblebees savouring the freedom of an unsullied heath. Now I welcome Bex to the stage.
Thank you, Andrew. Hello everybody, and thank you for coming. I've got some of my own music and some covers that you might recognise. Hope you enjoy. Place where no one goes. The sunlight shines on my face and the wind blows. Oh, in the fields of green. Stare at the sky.
Thus, for humanity beyond recall, if I was with the lark in these higher realms, above the highest twig of Essex elms, then my soul would want to be with those loved ones closer to divinity. The other people all turn out their lights and do not see the snail's silvery trails on moonless nights, and know not the direction in which that snail goes on concrete slabs where no lawnmower mows. I tire not of the bringing to beauty in such a simple way. That solitary snail surely knows about the daytime fray. The other people turn out their lights rather than put the world to rights, and do not know about those silvery trails, cannot imagine the lifeline of these, my homely snails, who nightly and constantly seek companionship, just like me. Fame they will never know, preferring their measure of obscurity. No. I'm going to read this poem. This set to music by Peter Warlock, who you've just heard in the Capriel Suite. This would have been Pavan. Any luck? An ambling caterpillar of character crossed my homeward path today, yet her ultimate destination after her chrysalis emerging, I could not say. How I suddenly marvelled at the bright orange hue this had turned out to be, lately camouflaged by flame-coloured flowers of such vibrant beauty. This happy coincidence, Grace, recalled your kind of love for me, when sharing animated cloud shapes, now past joy of perceptive poetry. Only last night, at gloaming time, a dragonfly flew by. I wonder if she was on her way to you on high, so thus becoming the dragonfly of rebirth beauty to my mind. I humbly ask that the colder elements to you next month be kind.
I felt Mother Nature healing me as I stood in the waters, my feet in the sea. I felt Mother Nature grounding me. As I stood in the waters, my feet in the sea, I felt Mother Nature comfort me. Standing still in the waters, my feet in the sea, I felt Mother Nature surrounding me. Took myself to the waters, dipped into the sea. I felt Mother Nature holding me. nursing me. As I stood in the waters, my feet in the sea, I felt Mother Nature loving me. Standing still in the waters, my feet in the sea, I felt Mother Nature nurture me. Took myself to the waters, dipped into the sea, I felt Mother Nature soothing me. Low myself in the waters, submersed in the sea, I felt Mother Nature calming me. As I float in the waters, immersed in the sea, I felt Mother Nature one with me. Falling potion shakes me, makes me lighter, feel less on my breath. Teardrop on the fire, feel less on my breath. Night, night of meadow, black flowers blossom, feel less on my breath. Black flowers blossom, feel less on my breath. Teardrop on the fire, feel less on my breath. Water's my life, most faithful mirror, feel less on my breath. Teardrop on the fire of a confession, feel less on my breath. Most faithful mirror, feel less on my breath. Teardrop on the fire, feel less on my breath. You're tumbling down. You're tumbling down. Where does your shadow follow you? Why do good times have to fly? to change. If I can't settle in my life, how am I supposed to survive? At the end of the day, when the sun falls away and the sky fades to black, did you find the answer to your wonder? Is there a reason why we're here? What makes us afraid of what we fear? Why does it look greener on the other side? But it's not what it seems when we arrive. At the end of the day, when the sun falls away and the sky fades to black, did you find the answer to your wonder? Or are you still wondering, still wondering, still wondering, still wondering, still wondering, still wondering, still wondering? There must be more to life than this. Still wondering, like do aliens exist? Still wondering, and when will be the end of our time? Will we come together or will we fight? At the end of the day, when the sun falls away and the sky fades to black, did you find the answer to your wonder? color of your hair? Are you busy? And did you have to pay that fine? You was dodging all the time, but yeah, you still dizzy. 'Cause since I've come on home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie, Valerie. Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture. 'Cause since I've come on home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie, why don't you come on over, Valerie? New dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when the day is done, that's what I mean. And this whole world is a new world, and a world for me. And I'm feeling good. Stars, when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine. Now I know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Your beauty is beyond compare, with flame and lots of auburn hair, with iris skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like the breath of spring, your voice is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. He talks about you in his sleep. There's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. And I can easily understand how you can easily take my man, but you don't know what he means to me, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. You can have your choice of man, but I can never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. I had to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you, or whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Jolene.
Good. Now I want to introduce The Mill of Tifty's Annie. It's sung by Sheila Stewart. And Sheila Stewart was known to Mark Ellington. She was a most talented woman. She wrote several books about the traveller culture, and she was in charge of the National Gypsy Council, and I had dealings with her because I was secretary for the North Eastern branch, and I had some very interesting things to do there. But the Mill of Tifty is near Mark Ellington's castle, and it's a ruin now, but Sandy and I visited it, and it's a lovely ballad. So it's a little bit tragic, but that's what some of the ballads are all about, disasters that occur. So we'll listen to Sheila Stewart now. She actually sang for the Pope, so she's an accomplished singer.
At the Mill of Tifty's lived a man in the neighbourhood of Ivy, for he had a lovely daughter fair, and they called her Bonny Annie. New her bloom was like her spring in flower, that heals the rosy morning, and in the sun graceful mien, her beauteous face adorning. Knew her hair was fair, and her eyes were blue, and her cheeks as red as roses, and her countenance was fair to view, and they called her Bonny Annie. New Lord Fyvie had a trumpeter, whose name was Androlami, and he had the air for to gain the head o' the Mill of Tifty's Annie. New Lord Fyvie rode by the door, where lived Tifty's Annie, and his trumpeter rode him before, even with the same Androlami. Knew her mother cried her to the door, saying, "Come here to me, my Annie. Dare you see a prettier man than the trumpeter of Fyvie?" Oh, Nathan, she said, but sigh and said, "'Twas a lass for Bonny Annie, for she durstna own that her heart was won by the trumpeter of Fyvie. Oh, my love, I go to Edinburgh town, and for a while must leave you. Oh, but I'll be dead before you come back in the green kirkyard of Fyvie. Knew her feather struck her wondrous soul, and also did her mother, and her sisters also took their score, but woe betide her brother. Her brother struck her wondrous soul with cruel strokes and many, and he broke her back over the temple stain, aye, the temple stain of Fyvie. came. We muckle grief and sorrow. Oh, my love, she died for me last night, so I'll die for her tomorrow.
Now, I'm going to introduce 4 Scottish songs. The first one is a Jacobite one that was occasioned by the Battle of Culloden, where many people were evicted from their homes and the homes wrecked by Butcher Cumberland's people. A disaster happened, it's, you're here in the picture of a man in a kilt that I've got representing this. The Galloway Hills was a ballad that Jeannie Robertson always commenced her concerts with. So I'm singing this in memory of Jeannie too, because she had so many songs to offer. And her mother hoped, like my grandmother did, that the ballads would survive because they were the rage before the television years. So here's the Galloway Hills. For I'll take my lady, contented to be, and I'll wear my kilt, I'll be in my knee, and I'll give my pipes a wee bit blow, and I'll go to the hills to Galloway, for the Galloway hills they're covered with broom, when heather bells aye and bonnet dune. We have the bells and a river's and we'll go out of the hills to Galloway. Say, bonnet lass, is will you ging with me, or to share a lot in a strange country, for to share the lot when a doon falls, and we'll go out of the hills to Galloway. For I'll sell my rod, and I'll sell my reel, I'll sell my granny's spinning wheel, and I'll sell the lot when doon falls, and we'll go to the hills to Galloway, for the Galloway hills are covered with broom, and heather bells aye and bonnet dune. We have the bells and the rivers, and we're going out of the hills to Galloway. Thank you. The next one reproduces the sound of the fiddle. It's entitled The Flowers of the Quern, and it was composed by James Scott Skinner, who was a very prominent fiddle player of his time. And the lyrics for this were composed by myself, compiled with David Stewart, who was related through to Jeannie Robertson, and we sent the lyrics, and I think you'll like this tune. As I walk through these glens of mine, I see the day. I am no so bright, but my music's light, and it will live forevermore. Scott's my name, and is the same as my homeland of the sea. For as I walk on through these glens of mine, I found the love that I knew. Is the hedgerows green and the birds are seen in my homeland? The day. Now the next song is a bit of fun. I was at a Caney in Scotland and when I met a member of the Stewart clan, and he said, "Andrew, you can write a song." I said, "Wait for it." And he had just chucked down his tartan turee, a flat cap, with his red and green tartan. So I just thought, because he was a wee man, that it reminded me of an apple that I once knew in an Essex orchard, which was called the Sturmer Pippin. So I thought, right, I'm going to give this song an amusing title, so I called him Piper Pippin. There is a man called Piper Pippin, and he sits a-sippin'. He says to me, "Run the UAB, and we're silly as our lippin'." And he says sippin', and we says sippin', and you says sippin', and they says sippin', a sippin' and a kippin' and a kippin' and a sippin' and a pippin' is the name, sir. Diddly-ah-dum-dum, diddly-ah-dum-dum, diddly-ah-dum-dum. He is the man for you and me. It's the way that he wears the tartan turee. He's a travelling man and Maxwell plan, and fix the ruble whenever he can. And as he says sippin', and we says sippin', and you says sippin', and they says sippin', a sippin' and a kippin' and a kippin' and a sippin' and a pippin' is the name, sir. Diddly-ah-dum-dum, diddly-ah-dum-dum, diddly-ah-dum-dum. He'll tell you he belongs to Perth, and I again for all his worth. Is with the fair maiden he shared a small berth. He kept pipping her till she gave birth. And as he says sippin', and we says sippin', and you says sippin', they says sippin', a sippin' and a kippin' and a kippin' and a sippin' and a pippin' is the name, sir. Diddly-ah-dum-dum, diddly-ah-dum-dum, diddly-ah-dum-dum. He's Scotland's answer to Greenwich meantime, and tunes into his ain grapevine. And when it pips, he knows it's time to help himself take a glass of wine. And as he says sippin', and we says sippin', and you says sippin', and they says sippin', a sippin' and a kippin' and a kippin' and a sippin' and a pippin' is the name, sir. Diddly-ah-dum-dum, diddly-ah-dum-dum, diddly-ah, diddly-ah-dum-dum-dum-dum. So that's the drinking song for tonight. Now, we've got the last one, which is probably a monumental ballad. It refers to the McCrimmon pipers of the island of Skye. Now, the pipers were very brave men because they led the armies into battle. But it is said of McCrimmon, because he was a teacher of the pipes, that the fairies had given him a silver chanter. So this is a song which Jeannie Robertson used to sing, and I was taught it by her daughter. Runacolin's peaks, the mist is sailing, the banshee croons a note of sad wailing, but my blowing we sorrow streaming for him that shall never return, Machinman. No more, forever shall love of gold bring back Machinman. No more, no more, no more, forever shall love, oh gold, bring back Machinman. The bees on the breeze, the morn is for the morning. We broke in the hollow is plaintive of the morning, but my blowing with sorrow of streaming for him that shall never return, Machinman. Achille, Machinman. Natulia, Machinman, Achille, oh brother, along 나홀연. Thank you. So now I'm progressing to the last two of the Scottish songs. Lovely Molly has been sung by Lizzie Higgins, and Lizzie was one of the finest singers of her time after her mother, and she has an Irish element in her way of singing, which I find rather wonderful, very inventive. So, Lovely Molly, please.
I once was a lone boy, but a soldier I'm now. I courted with lovely Molly as I followed the plough. I courted with lovely Molly at the age of 16, but now I must leave her and serve James, my king. Oh, Molly, lovely Molly, despite all your charms, there is many a night you have lived in my arms, but if ever I'll return again, it'll be in the spring, where the mavis and the turtle doves and the nightingale sing. You may go to the market, you may go to the fair, you may go to the church on Sundays and meet your new love there. But if anybody loves you half as much as I do, then I won't stop your marriage. Farewell, love, adieu. Oh, Molly, lovely Molly, despite all your charms, there is many's a night you have in my arms, but if ever I'll return again, it'll be in the spring, where the mavis and the turtle dove and the nightingale sing.
Now we have the Berry Fields of Blair, sung by Belle Stewart, And this is where the Cadies, outdoor ones, took place. The Berryfields of Blair, please.
When the berry time comes around each year, Blair's population swelling. There's every kind of picker there and every kind of dwelling. There's tents and huts and caravans, there's bothies and there are bivvies, and shelters made with tatty bags and dugouts made with divvies. There's corner boys for Glasgow, kettle boilers for Lochie, and miners for the pits of Fife, mill workers for Dundee, and a fisher folk for Peterhead, and tramps for everywhere, all looking for a living off the berry fields of Blair. There's travellers for the Western Isles, for Armagh and Skye, for Harris, Lewis and Kyle's all beauty, they come their luck to try. For Inverness and Aberdeen, for Stornoway and Wick, all flock to Blair at the very time there's straws and rasps to pick. Now there's some who earn a pounder it was, some canny earn or keep, and some would pick for morn to night, and some would rather sleep. But there's some who has to pick or starve, and some who dinna care. There's some who bless, and some who curse the berry fields of Blair. Now there's families picking for a one purse, and some who pick a lane, and there's men who share and share alike with wives that's no their ain. There's gladness, aye, and sadness too, there's a happy heart sincere, for there's comedy and tragedy played on the fields of Blair. But afore I put my pen away, it's this I would like to see. You'll travel far before you'll meet a kinder lot than thee. For I've mixed with them in field and pub, and while I've breath to spare, I'll bless the hand that led me to the berry fields of Blair.
I'm now going to introduce Kathleen, my good friend, who was Irish, and she was the best friend to Bex, our dear neighbour, who connected us. And Kathleen would have loved this show. Bex often went to visit with her guitar and drum. One day witnessed Kathleen dancing behind her walker to Elvis through a speaker. She had a great sense of humour and also supported animal charities, so this part of the show is for her particularly. She used to read the Irish Blessing on the Zoom meeting with the Roman Catholic Church on a Thursday. So here is the Irish Blessing. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back, may the sun shine warm upon your face, may the rain fall soft upon your fields, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, heaven divine, Ave Maria, Ave Maria, Ave Maria, Amen. And this is my last poem, and it's about Kathleen. It's called In an Eternal Context. Signifying Westine, my lang's sign is strewn, conveying thus an inner mean. This is such a surreal experience. I progress and survive with a newfound intelligence. May I take this wisdom on board, for eternally we are still in accord. For in so many ways, love does never die. All that will remain of us is never a sigh. And she heard part of the melody that you heard that Ella just performed, so it's rather special. Now, the show is over, and thanks for coming and for your donations. Bex would like to say a few words now.
Hello. I was going to do it like this. So everybody, I just want to reveal something. It's actually Andrew's 80th birthday today. So can we sing him? Can we all join in and sing him happy birthday? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Andrew. Happens to be 80 today. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Emma.
Love you, Andrew.
Thank you. Now, if anybody would like to come and look at the records here, that will be good. I've got a few more books that I would like to give away as souvenirs of this evening. So donations could be welcome if possible. After hearing the talk about the wildlife sanctuary, I think it's appropriate. Thank you.
It's been a charity event. Joanna Wildlife event for Andrew Robinson Clero's birthday, and it was a big birthday. And if you like it, give it a thumbs up and a comment down below.